Hi there. Welcome to Martha's All Night Diner. That's the way it is in the Lovett household. It seems like we always have people coming and going, and I'm constantly cooking. Now, of course, my sign says clean up your own mess, because I hate to clean. But I do love to cook for our friends when they come to visit. And sometimes we'll have a party and it'll get kind of late and people will still be here and most of the party food is gone. So I've come up with a recipe that's pretty quick and easy and fun to make, especially if it's kind of the wee hours of the morning. I was on a web page, I don't even know what it was called, but someone was talking about making bacon cups, sort of as your vessel to put something into for an appetizer. And they took a muffin tin and drilled holes in it to drain the grease, and then they placed their strips of bacon inside it and put it on a baking sheet and cooked the bacon. And again, the grease all drained out and right onto the cookie sheet. So I was thinking about it and I thought, well, I don't have the money to drill holes in my muffin tins, much less my favorite one, and probably most other people don't really want to waste a muffin tin that way either. So I came up with a way to make my bacon cups by using the outside of the muffin tin, and it's pretty easy. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I basically am starting with some small pieces of bacon that I'm placing over the top of the tin, so to speak. And then I'm going to take my large piece and wrap it right around, all the way around the tin. I mean the tin. And this will kind of help hold the top pieces in place. Now you want to do it as tight as you can and as low down to the rim as you can, because when you bake these, they're going to shrink up. And this way they'll hold in place a little bit better. So we'll do another one here. Just a couple little slices. And then wrap my bacon around it. And then we're going to bake them in the oven at about 350 for maybe 20 minutes or so. You want to keep an eye on it because you don't want to burn them. You want them to get kind of crisp, but not really crispy. So I'm going to finish making up my bacon baskets here and put them in the oven, and then when we come back I'll show you how we're going to fill them. Okay, the bacon baskets are in the oven. So let's start making our filling. Now my mom used to make what we called Mom's egg bake, and it was a big casserole egg dish that she would serve every Christmas morning, and we all absolutely loved it. After she passed away, it kind of became my job to make that dish, which I love doing, so every year now I make it for Christmas. But I took that recipe and I played with it a little bit. What I like about it is that it has some savory flavoring to it. But what I'm doing is I'm starting with 3 eggs, and I'm going to just beat them up a little bit. And I'm going to slowly add some milk. Just so it's mixed in. Now I've taken some of my Philadelphia cream cheese and I've softened it up good. I have about 2 ounces here. We'll get this turned around. And I'm going to add that into my egg mix. And this is going to help make our filling really creamy and smooth. And then once we add those other flavors, we're going to have ourselves some delicious bacon baskets. Okay, we're getting this blended in pretty well. And now I'm going to add, I have some chopped onion. Just toss that in. And some dill. Yay, we love dill. And some celery salt, and you'll notice I don't put any other salt in the dish, but the celery salt is going to give it some great flavor. and a little bit of dry mustard. And we'll get that mixed in. There we go. Now I'm just going to put these beaters away for a minute so I can stir in my last ingredient, which is some extra sharp cheddar cheese. And you do want to use the extra sharp. It really is so much more flavorful than your regular cheddar cheese. Get that all in there. We'll stir it up good. Now I believe that my bacon baskets are about finished, so I'm going to get them out of the oven and let them cool down. And I'm going to take them off of the tins. Then I'm going to drain the grease from my sheet pan and clean up my muffin tin and come back and we'll get them filled with our luscious egg dish. So my bacon cups are ready. Now as you can see, I have a few over here. I had a couple that really didn't work out too well. A couple of them kind of slid off the top of the muffin tin, like this one, and I couldn't salvage it. I had another that was a little too holy, and I really want the bottom filled in. But I ended up with 6 great little bacon baskets. What I've done here is I've cut up just some sandwich bread. In this case it's wheat, and I'm going to place a piece or two into the bottom of each cup, kind of depending on how big they are and what fits best. You just want to kind of have them on the bottom of the cup. That's going to help absorb some of the egg liquid and also kind of prevent it from seeping through too much. There we go. Maybe just another little piece here. And now I'm going to take the egg mixture with the cream cheese and the dill and the celery salt and the shredded cheese, and I'm going to fill each little bacon basket. And I turned my oven up a little bit to about 400, and I'm going to put these in and then turn it right back down to about 325. There we go. Oh, I've got all my cheeses on the bottom here. You want to get that right in there. There. As you can see, my tins are filled right up, and that's okay, except for that one, because these are going to bake up real nice and be stiff enough, so to speak, to get them right out of the muffin tin. So we'll put these in the oven and come back when they're finished. Now the first thing you have to remember about Martha's All-Night Diner is that we don't do a whole lot of fancy here. We just do good, flavorful food, especially when it's late at night. And the great thing is that I provide the food and those guys clean up the mess. So here are my bacon basket egg appetizers, I guess we'll call them. And I don't know if you can see this, but here's the one that was kind of overflowing, and here's the tiny one. But look at, there's that basket. It's perfect. You can just bite into this and you're going to get a great bite of egg and cheese and the creaminess of cream cheese and bacon. So how awesome is that? At Martha's Diner, we keep it simple, we keep it delicious, and you get to clean up the mess.